Chapter 42. Everything I Wanted. The sun poured over us, and I tugged at the canopy until it covered his pale skin. The soft tuft of curly white hair stood in the middle, and I licked my fingers to tame it. Despite my fears, being a mother is everything to me. Maybe it's my arrogance, but every time I looked down at this little piece of me pulling at his toes in a stroller, I saw a prince, an angel, perfection, and I lived to spoil him rotten. Our Eric would rule all this someday. No, he wasn't born of alpha blood, but I dare one of these motherfuckers to test me about his lineage when the time comes. I had to make the world we lived in safe for him. I spent my pregnancy and my parents' money tracking down and killing every human and traitor wolf who set up or profited from the hunting excursion that day. My family's curse has been blood for 1,000 years, and I may have finally satisfied it with my offering. There was one last piece of the puzzle left, and he was getting his comeuppance right now in the jail on the other side of the door I sat beside. The musty, moldy air passed by me as Teddy opened the door and leaned out. I believe we're all done in here if you're ready. Mrs. Hexom rose from the bench and pulled the stroller away with her, while I gave Eric air kisses as he giggled and flashed his gummy grin in my direction. Always. I saw Logan wiping his bloody hands on a towel as I reached the landing, and when I turned the corner, Halter was waiting for me. His arms were draped over the barely recognizable human tied to a chair, and he smiled at me. "Happy birthday, Tess." He patted the red boa affixed to the dying man's head. "We even gift-wrapped him for you." While Teddy opened a metal folding chair and placed it before the human, I reached out on my tiptoes and kissed Pop's cheek. "You always have been the best present picker ever." Folding my hands in my lap, I sat on the chair in front of the hunter and leaned forward. "Nice weather we're having, isn't it?" Through his wheezes, he managed to lift his eyes to me, and I shrugged back at him. It's usually colder than a son of a bitch on my birthday, but fate seems to be smiling down on me for once. Surrounded by Jacob's fathers, my brother, and Logan, I gave the CEO of the sports entertainment company my most pageant-worthy smile. "Mr. Riley, let me introduce myself." I placed my hand over my heart. "My name is Tessa Hexom." My finger wagged back at him. "I'm what you might call the head bitch in charge around these parts." He spat on my shoe, and I scooted forward to wipe it off on his leg. "So let me get to the point of this little family gathering today, since you don't seem to be in the mood for pleasantries." I jerked my eyes at him. "See, about a year ago, your people killed my husband, the father of my child." My thumb pointed behind me. "A son and brother." My shoulder flinched as I gazed out the window. "Well, you actually killed lots of folks that day." I lifted my finger. "But right now we're talking about Jacob." My thumb came to my chest. He was mine, and I don't take people stealing what belongs to me lightly. The knife came hilt first to my line of sight, and as I wrapped my hand around it, I peeked up at Halter. "Thank you, sir." Teddy winked at me as he wrapped Mr. Riley's hair around his fist to pull his face up. "Whenever you're ready, sugar." I sliced through the pig's neck like hot butter and pointed my finger gun at him as I backed away, leaving him nothing but ashes to be tossed in the garbage can. At the bottom of the stairs, Logan reached out his blood-stained hand for me, pulling me to his side when I reached him. "Let's go home." Stepping out into the crisp fall day, I pressed my fingers to my mouth and waved them to the dog-shaped cloud blotting out the sun. "Sounds good to me." It was times like this that the horrors of my life made sense to me. I was born of fire, and I'd completely torched the woods and fields surrounding the homestead not a year ago. But as we crossed the yard, still fighting to live again, I found a bright blue patch of flowers popping up on the spot Jacob had died on. Even something as awful as ashes and blood can give birth to something beautiful. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to continue the story, you can find the next chapter right here on the channel. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next installment. And if you enjoyed the story, leaving a like or a comment really helps the channel grow. If you'd like to support the book directly, you can also leave a review on Amazon. I truly appreciate it.